Coach, we wrapped up the Pizza Bowl here today. Just a fun time, a fun, series between the guys, and a lot of really close games throughout the 7. And can you just kind of go through, what you saw and what you liked the most out of your group this fall?
Yeah, working backwards, today was definitely the worst game of the fall, and it might be a blessing that we had one like this, because it's just it's a teaching lesson that doesn't matter. Everyone's capable of getting it handed to you, and that one team didn't handle it well. They kind of shut it down. The communication went dry. They lost their edge, and you can't. In this game, you gotta play the game, not necessarily the score. And so I thought it was a great teaching moment to end the fall. But the 6 games previous, quality starts, really good defense. We're not a finished product. I mean, we make base running mistakes. We still have a lot to teach. But I just thought the games were as competitive as I can recall in the past. And that's good, because pitchers were in leverage situations. A lot of guys had to come out of the bullpen with traffic. Defense had to make plays, in pressure situations, and obviously great for the hitters too. So I was pleased. I thought we did a lot of good things, and I thought we saw a lot of good things. And start with the pitchers. Quality starts on the mound. A lot of guys do well out of the bullpen. We talked about the defense. I thought we showed our depth defensively, infield, outfield, behind the plate. As a coach, you want to make sure you have enough competitive, healthy, good bodies in case somebody rolls their ankle or a minor injury in the spring. And so yeah, a lot of good things came out.
You mentioned the depth, and as for anyone who was out and saw, this fall, I mean, seemed to have a pretty solid 2 deep just about everywhere you go around the diamond, that you could feel very comfortable running any number of, guys out there on a given day.
Well, it's twofold. For them, it helps them grow as a player. They need that competition. They need to be pushed every day. And then, 2, we saw it a couple years ago with just all the freak injuries and how we lost, 3 catchers that were in the mix, and that was just bizarre. And you hope to never deal with that again as a coach, but you're always dealing with your frontline guy going down, and can we win if this guy has to step in and play? And we just had a lot of healthy competition because of the turnover and a lot of new faces. So I don't even know who the first guy or the second guy is. Like, they're battling it out right now, but that's going to make them better individually, and it's going to make us better as a team.
And as far as the pitching goes, we talked a little bit a few nights ago. There are, you've got some real good experienced arms. Obviously, there's Forbes, there's Bivin. You've brought in some guys who've been through some battles, like a Michael and guys like that. But you've also got some really nice freshmen, that you are going to need some innings from throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, it's hard to go through a college baseball season not relying on freshmen. And we've seen it in the ACC. There's some freshmen starting on Friday night, which is, I don't know if we've ever had a freshman start on Friday night, but we've had freshmen start on Saturday and Sunday. So we're always going to need young arms to help us. And I thought that group collectively did pretty good. You're always anxious on the second-year guys, the sophomores, and I thought there was a lot of sophomores that made some strides. They weren't all perfect or great, but I thought most of the sophomores took a step forward. And then you said it, a lot of the new faces, right? Whether it's a junior college guy or a transfer portal guy, this is their first 3-4 months in our program. So I thought you saw it. There's talent, there's depth. Most guys took a step in the right direction, and you're only going to be as good as your pitching. And we feel like wrapping up the fall, we got a chance to be a pretty good pitching staff.
As you wrap up this section of your year, can you just kind of explain to everybody where you guys go from here, and kind of what the remainder of this semester looks like for the team?
Yeah, as I closed up this segment in the outfield with those guys, now we take it to, you call it individuals, but smaller groups. You could slow down a little bit, focus a little more on individually hitting. Coach Snyder and Coach Vrabel can make some adjustments with guys. Now you probably have their attention a little more if they failed or they struggled. Now they don't have to face 90 to 95 in a scrimmage, and it's hard to make adjustments when you're trying to compete in the batter's box. And Same thing defensively. Same thing Coach Williams will do, where you just spend some more one-on-one time, more time with guys in the office, more time with guys just talking the game of baseball, and then you push a lot of the effort into the weight room. I mean, we've done a good job so far, but again, you can spend a little more time, and let's get the body stronger. Let's get some guys healthy, and this is a big 4 to 5 week segment. This takes us to Thanksgiving, to the Omaha Challenge, and then right into finals, Christmas, and then you're back here before you know it in January.
Can you, as you've look overall and try to just assess what you saw here in the fall as you get ready for these next segments, do you come away thinking you've got about what you thought you did maybe when you started in early September, or do you feel even a little bit more encouraged than maybe what you thought you had?
I mean, I'm always optimistic. I see the best in these guys, so I feel good about where we're at. Again, we still have a lot of growth, and but when you're bringing in so many new guys, and like I said, I sat down with Zion and Tucker and Patrick this summer at USA Baseball, and you're trying to say, hey, this is what the roster could look like, and we're bringing in these guys, and this is even before the draft, and you still don't know what your team's going to look like. But I'm pleased. Like I promised those guys. Man, we got some talented young kids. I thought there was several freshmen that showed that they can play here and help this program. The guys from the transfer portal, right type of kids, tough kids, hardworking kids. So in that sense, I'm pleased, but I'm probably most pleased with, I think, how they're taking ownership of this team, and with a lot of new faces, you would think they could look to us to put them in the right spot and teach them the way to do it. Man, it's so much more powerful when it comes from players in the program, and at this point, I'm most pleased with just hearing what these guys are doing and how they're taking ownership of this club. Like, this is at the end of the day, they came here to do special things, and some that were here last year didn't get a chance to experience that. So it's nice to see that they're gonna make sure. We have to do our job as coaches. We're not passing the buck, but there's a lot of returners in this program that are going to make sure we're on point and on track and ready to get off to a good start in the spring.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.